everyone. Welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and today, I'm actually here at my buddy Corey's place, which is Rusty Classics Garage here on YouTube. There'll be a link down in the description below if you want to go check out his channel, because everything I'm going to show in the next couple of videos will actually be his collection. I'm going to be reviewing 3 cars and then just doing a video on this 67 Chrysler Imperial, or not Imperial, Newport, which is honestly a very cool car, and it's actually in very good shape. So let's go around it and tell you what I know about it and stuff like that, which, to be honest, my knowledge on these isn't the best, but the Newport was made from, I believe it started sometime in like the late 50s and right up until the late 70s, honestly. And this one, like being a 4-door and everything, you know what? It is the most common, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And with the fender skirts and everything, I absolutely love it. And like, there's hardly any rust in this car whatsoever. You know, if you really wanted to have like a nice little like project car, or even like a ratty sort of car that you just try and get the motor running and stuff like that, and then away you go. Because this does have, if we look under the hood, it is actually a big block, which everybody wants, you know, these old big blocks, and this happens to be a 383 2-barrel car. If I can find it, there it is. See? And there is the motor right there. So this thing, Corey has been trying to get this thing to unseize, and he's had difficulty with it, but he is going to try to do some other things with it. But it's really interesting, like, seeing under the hood here, because, like, as an example, this brake booster looks a little interesting. Like, I'm just not used to seeing them like that. I'm used to seeing how they looked more in the 80s and stuff like that, and even with, like, Ford compared to Dodge, right? So it is pretty sweet, but you can see, you know, this is not rack and pinion. You can see the steering box right here. So this thing, what's kind of cool about those, actually, is that if your steering feels a little bit off, you can tighten up the bolts typically in there, tighten it right back up, and it's good to go. Instead of buying a whole new rack and stuff like that, you didn't really have to do that in a vehicle like this. And if you're wondering how you can tell a small block Dodge from a big block Dodge, is that the big blocks had the distributor up front here, while the small blocks had them in the back. So that's an easy way for me to tell. There's some other things to signify a 383 from a 440 at the front and stuff like that, but I'm not sure exactly what all that is. But regardless, let's take a look inside this vehicle. So you see this awesome interior, and like, yeah, it's a little tatty, but honestly, I've seen a lot worse. And these floors are very, very solid. Like, as an example, you know, my foot's not going through that, so it's really awesome. And like, if I get into the car here, like, it really is. Oh, and that's even the way the seat is with how wore out and everything. It's still so comfortable. I love, like, the, you know, this is the horn ring around the steering wheel here, which is just cool. And it's a very thin sort of wheel, but yet big, because when vehicles didn't have power steering, well, you kind of needed that, you know, that extra strength, right? And I'm going to take you off the stand here, actually, for a second, and we'll check out more of the inside. So if we take a look, like, you can see the gauges and stuff like that, which just looks so cool, honestly. I'm a big fan of that. And what's interesting is that, like, because even the key would go down here, right? And that's how you start it, as opposed to having it in the column. So this is not a lockable column, so you can turn this wheel no matter what, with a key in it or not. And, you know, like, even like how everything is, you know, like, that's for the map light as an example that's right above this. You know, you have your volume and your tone and everything for the AM radio. It's just really, really neat. Even your heat and whatever else is down here. That's your fan. Yeah, like, honestly, it's not too bad. Unfortunate with the headliner here, but that's okay. You know, for a project car, like, this is a very solid project car. You know, and somebody, like I said, they can throw a motor in this thing or try and get that one going. It's just, he's had, like I said, a difficult time getting it, but he's going to try some other things and see, you know. But, oh, God, this thing just is awesome. You know, and even, like, the rear view mirror here, you know, it's like nighttime, you know. Oh, that's a little loose in there. All right, I won't Yeah, night, like that. So that's like when you flick your thing so that it's darker like that, right? Night and day. That's cool. That's very, very cool. And even like, you know, where they, like how they did the plates and stuff like that with the VIN and everything, it's just so neat. And like, and you can see, you know, in here and everything, it's in a really good shape overall. And this is a car that, you know, you don't, oh, this door doesn't want to open for me, but it might be, I think it's unlocked, but it's just not opening. Here. Yeah, it's not going to open for me. That's okay. But this car, like I said, is in very, very good shape. And you don't typically see these quite this nice. And honestly, he's only asking $2,000. He's quite a bit firm at that, but he's open to a little bit of negotiation. But if you're trying to throw like a $600 offer at him, don't even bother. Because it's one of these things. Because even like the grill is in fantastic shape. You know, the bumpers are mint. Like, other than like the fenders being off a different car, you know, this thing's great. But honestly, you shoot this thing just like a flat black or something like that, and you'd have an absolutely awesome looking car, and everybody would be very jealous. And now these should have, if I remember correctly, a front torsion bar suspension too. So if you want to lower it on the front end, it's very easy. You just adjust the torsion bars and it would lower right down. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so anyways, that's the deal on this old Newport here. But you know, like I said, very cool car. It's in very good shape, and it would make an absolutely sweet project for somebody that way. Because, and now the Newport was, I believe, the either the mid or the high range for actual Chryslers at the time. Because the Imperial was the top of the line, you know. But Imperial was actually a different brand, to be honest with. We're going to look at an Imperial of similar vintage, actually. It's a 1 year older than this pretty soon here. So, yeah. And honestly, like, I love the bright work and everything. And even, like, you have your signal lights that show up here on these, right? So, it's very cool. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. You know all the spiel. And go check out Rusty Classics Garage, too. He's got some really cool videos. And if you want to see an undershot video of this car, because he does have a lift here, and you will see that on his channel. So go check it out. Anyways, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Oh, that's one.